Yes, hello. Well, yeah, last night I watched some boxing action from Sheffield, UK. Yeah. Well, I saw half of the Terry Harper Cecilia Brækhus fight, so I cannot really say whether the decision was fair or not. But I think yeah, from what I did saw, like those last 5 rounds. The first one that I saw was where Cecilia did do well, but for the rest of the fight it was mostly Terry Harper. Yeah. So I guess probably Eddie Hearn is right. He was very incensed at the decision. One judge had Harper ahead by quite a big margin, 4 points, but the other one scored a draw. I think that was silly because this was about unified world title. So yeah, it's strange really why they would score against, let's say, against the home favorite who was actually, it seems, the more dominant fighter in this fight. But anyway, I think Cecilia Brækhus, as I said, at age 42, doesn't have anything left to win, so I don't understand why she keeps fighting. She doesn't come from this country where I live. Um, yeah, uh, yeah. I mean, she looked in a rather good shape and everything. She didn't really didn't disgrace herself or anything. But I mean, it's obvious she cannot keep up with younger fighters. Like Harper, because she did seem to fade like in the last 3 rounds or something. Yeah. Anyway, to the main fight. Yeah. Leigh Wood, it went, in the end, it ended like I had predicted it to end, but the fight itself didn't play out like I expected, really. Because I thought the first 2 rounds were Leigh Wood's, thought he won it. But from there on to the very last round, I mean, George Warrington really dominated the fight, especially in rounds 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it looked really bad for Wood, and he even got cut a little bit. Yeah, but then suddenly at the end of round 7, Wood produced what they call a Hail Mary when he just nailed Warrington with a perfect right hook and then a left one as well. And Warrington was suddenly on shaky legs, looking very wobbly. And then, of course, Wood landed a few more really good follow up punches that put Warrington down and out. Wow, that was just one unbelievable ending. Just to come back from being, you know, beaten up for like 3 or 4 rounds, 4 rounds. Yeah, I really admire Wood because he has shown also in the Conlan fight how he is able to bounce back after getting dominated and even dropped in that fight. He was dropped in the first round. He looked close to getting stopped in the second, actually. But he weathered the storm and he came out on top and knocked Conan out. And that's what he did against Warrington also last night. So also I made one mistake in my prediction video. I said that he's a lightweight champion. No, he's a featherweight champion, but he does look like a lightweight because he's bigger than a normal featherweight. Way would, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, from here on, of course, where he can go, who is there to fight? Of course, there are some. Of course, Luis Alberto Lopez is a good possibility. He holds the IBF title. Yeah, why not? A unification fight would make a lot of sense now. Yeah, definitely. Other than him, Let's see who is on in the featherweight division. Just a second. Alright. Don't keep your shirt on. Well, let's see. Come on, man. Faster, asshole. Oh, yeah. Brandon Figueroa. That's right. Also, actually, Robesi Ramirez. Yeah. I love that fighter. Oh, man. Yeah, Robesi Ramirez, I believe he recently won a version of a title, didn't he? Yeah, the WBO title. Hmm. That would be also a very good fight, I think, because both guys are, like going forward and slide out. They are entertaining and all that. And I think Ramirez beats Lee Wood, yeah, definitely. I would really back him to win that fight. When it comes to Lopez, yeah, a tough fight for Wood, definitely, but not unwinnable. Yeah, I mean, Lopez also stopped Michael Coleman and in the fifth round as well, but still, and I thought against Warrington he had a tough fight actually. It was a very close fight. Yeah, I think it might have been a draw. I thought back then. Yeah, but there's also Ray Vargas who just suffered his first loss recently after 36 wins. Yeah, Mauricio Lara is off, of course, because they fought already twice. Maybe a third fight, maybe it can be in the works in future. But anyway, Leywood has once again, shown that he has, his credentials. He has proven himself as a world class material. And yeah, even though he didn't look so good in this fight, and Warrington was really dominant. But Warrington was is kind of smaller, faster, lighter fighter. As I said, Wood is a big featherweight, really, and I can see him moving up to 130 in near future as well, probably in like a couple of years. But I think he now wants to stay at 126 as long as possible because he holds this quite prestigious belt, WBA one. So yeah, that's how things go. All right, that was about that fight, and now we go to America. First, Melik Kuziev, he won easily, pretty much like I thought. He maybe even easier than I thought he would. In 4 rounds, he dismantled what's his name, Alante Fox. Yeah, Alante Fox was never really a serious contender, just a gatekeeper, a tall guy, lanky. That's why he was a challenge only because of that. But I mean, Melikuziev has proven also that he has what it takes to compete at the highest level. He's a strong guy. Yeah. And good, I mean, good fundamentals. And then the big fight, which was at cruiserweight between Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez and Joe Smith Jr. Yeah, I watched the highlights. It was a good fight, definitely. But Smith had his moments, definitely. Ramirez was shaken a couple of times, but he still came back to, close in dominant fashion, and he earned the decision, definitely. It went pretty much like I thought. I said it would be a good fight, competitive fight, but that Ramirez would come out on top and win by a decision. So, at 168, Ramirez was, a pretty good puncher, but nothing like not a devastating one, probably. Or at 175, also. He was more like an accumulation puncher, especially 175. So at this weight, I don't think he will be able to really score many knockouts, but he doesn't have to either. he can just use his natural ability and boxing skills. And the problem is he was a very tall super middleweight and to an extent also light heavyweight. But here is he's not a particularly tall or big cruiser. He's just kind of uh, today's into for today's standards he's a kind of a regular sized cruiser, definitely. So if he faces guys like uh Opetaya, who is of the same height more or less, but a strong guy really, and even Briedis and this guy, what's his name, who just won against Okoli, it's an Chris Bill and Smith, that's right. Those are quite big guys, they can hit. So, Joe Smith Jr., sorry, being more of a natural light heavy, still has the punching power, but still light heavy. I don't know. I don't think Ramirez can do too well against all of these guys. I mean, Briedis is kind of getting on age, but still, I think actually, just a second, I think I know. Just sorry, I don't think Briedis is fighting anymore. But I'm not sure. But it says that he is inactive now. Anyway. But Opetaya, Chris Billon Smith, and Richard Riakpo, and all these guys, so Coley, they are. They can all punch, and they are, kind of naturally bigger, I guess. And I don't know if they are stronger, but anyway, I would really love to see Ramirez fight at least a couple of those guys. Now he will be looking to win another world title, because at 175 that world title eluded him, so now he has to, yeah, try to win one at 200 pounds. And is he capable of that? Yeah, especially now WBC title was vacated by Badu Jack, and I heard a dreadful rumor that Macau will get to fight for it again. Hope not, but because he just needs to retire. He's so boring, dreadful to watch now. So slow, so sluggish, relying just on power and knocking guys out. So Ramirez definitely wins against him. That's what I know. Definitely. So that would be an easy way for him to win the WBC belt, I guess. But if he were to unify against someone like Jairo Petaya or Chris Bill Smith, he would, that would be tougher. I see him beating Bill Smith actually, yeah. But Petaya, I'm not so sure if he can beat him. So anyway, that was my summary of boxing events of this weekend. So I'll be back soon with another prediction video, and until then, bye.